The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?
Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we're gonna talk about YSL Woody jump back on the stand with this new judge, and pretty much, man, he was frustrated the whole time, and he admitted that him and his deceased friend Threat is the one that lit up Rich Homie Quan Barbershop in Bankhead. Let's jump straight into it. Pretty much this whole day, man, Woody, he been aggravated. Pretty much, he went on a rant. He went off on the judge and the prosecutor for pretty much, this process been dragging on, and y'all's trying to use stuff from 2015 and 2024, and he pretty much was questioned about the issues that's going on with Big Nut. And pretty much, man, he told a story about him and his homie Threat. He said his homie Threat has some issues with pretty much Big Nut and them and Rich Homie. And pretty much, man, he said that him and his homie went and lit up Rich Homie Dad Barbershop. And it's stuff like this is the reason why he's the star witness of the YSL case. When he said that, I'd be like, and he wonder why they keep subpoenaing him to come back, and why every time he don't get up on the stand, they throw him in jail, which that's where he recently just came from. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly why, because the things that Woody know is detrimental to the YSL case and the whole RICO. And the Thug's serious charge is resolving around Big Nut. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a hat. That's the most serious charge that's on Thug, indictment. So he's the star witness to this whole Big Nut situation. And that's how Rich Homie Quan got tied up into it, because also Big Nut was managing Rich Homie Quan. So it was a whole bunch of stuff. But when that dude came out and said that, him and his partner had lit up Rich Homie Quan Dad Barbershop, I sat back and was like, and you wonder why, man, why they keep subpoenaing you and almost pressuring this guy to testify because of the things that he know. It's alleged that Woody was one of them guys that was putting in work and handling business, and it's all coming out, man. And the part that I feel like he messing up is that he thinks because he's getting on this stand and he's saying something totally opposite than what he said in his 6 interviews with the investigators. They got 9 hours worth of interrogation. So he think that he gonna hop on the stand and say something totally different than what he said in those interrogation videos, and that's not gonna work. Because whatever you tell them in that room, best believe that they gonna fact check it, and they gotta match up with the evidence and the time, the location, everything. So if everything that he told them prior, and they checked it out to the location, down to the vehicles, down to the person, you can't come back years later and say, oh yeah, I was lying, I don't really know what happened, because they already fact checked it back in 2015. Nobody's going to walk into the courtroom and use evidence that they ain't already fact-checked and been proven. So it don't matter when he get on the stand. Like, if y'all hear the prosecutor, she telling them, you can answer that you don't remember, that you don't re-elect what's going on, but we already got everything. So he got immunity, so he could say wild stuff like, yeah, we lit up the barbershop, this, and this, but when he say things like that, that's just more clearing the picture for the RICO case. You just giving them more and confirming the insight on it was a real issue between Thug's camp and Lucci camp. And in the middle of that, Nut got involved, Lucci, Rich Homie Quan, Birdman, a bunch of people got involved in it. But like I say, man, Woody resumed his testimony today. This is his first time with the new judge. He was held in contempt of court because he refused to get up on the stand. But, like I say, his whole time he was on there, he was frustrated. You could see him several times, eyeing the prosecutor like, really having the issue with her. But at the end of the day, bro, you put yourself in this situation, you agreed to testify. You assigned away your rights to become an informant. You signed the papers for immunity. You gave 9 hours worth of interviews and interrogation evidence that they're using. So at the end of the day, you can sit there and be frustrated all you want on the stand. Only thing you could do from this point, man, is try to get through it, man. Because no matter what you say on that stand, they already fact checked what you said 8-9 years ago. So you can get on here and redirect your story, you know, to try to save Young Thug and all those guys, because that's what it's all about at this point. You know, he trying to fix some of the mistakes that he made, which I can respect that as a man, but you should have thought of that when you was in the interrogation room, you know? It's too late to switch up your story when they got 9 hours worth of interviews that they've been using, you know? They've been releasing it to the public. It's on YouTube right now, like about 5 hours worth of it. You know, they got plenty of tape that they haven't released. So, I mean, I respect him as a man for trying to straighten it out and trying to save Young Thug and SB and Yak and Quay and all those dudes that's involved with the nut situation. But I kind of feel like it's a little bit too late, you know. I feel like him changing his story at this point, man, it's not going to help you, man. It's not going to help you, and it's definitely not going to help them, you know. But that's what come with the streets for the kids out there and for anybody out there hustling, you know, that's stepping on stuff. You know how these young dudes say putting belt to it. You just better know, man, that whoever you doing a lot of your activity with in the streets, you just better hope, you know, when y'all get caught, because when you in the streets wilding, eventually you gonna get caught. You know, I just hope and pray that everybody can stand tall, you know, because that's one thing that Thug had to find out the hard way. You know, he had to find out about his brother, his homie, you know, a lot of co-defendants who he started YSL with, you know, his artists. You know, he sat back and watched a lot of guys tell on him. You think if Thug would have knew this 5-6 years ago, he wouldn't have cut ties with a lot of them dudes. But a lot of dudes fake the funk. You know, a lot of dudes, you know, portray to be real till they get in that interrogation room, you know. And like I said, I respect Woody for, you know, what he doing with his life. He trying to move on. You know, he's starting to speak positive. You know, he left the streets. You know, a lot of people don't like him doing interviews and radio station hostings and all of that. But at the end of the day, man, that brother made his bed and he got to lay in it. You know, I think it's a little bit dangerous for him to still be riding around in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And just so out and about, like, you ain't just bring down so many people. But at the end of the day, that's Woody's life, you know. But it's your boy D's Media signing out. But your boy Lil Woody went on a rant, man. His first day beginning to testify again with this new judge. And he pretty much admitted, man, that him and his deceased homie Threat is the ones that lit up rich homie Quan dad Barbershop during the beef with Big Nut and Lucci Crew and Thug Crew. It's your boy D's Media signing out. Peace, positivity, network growth. Let's save these kids.
The D, man. Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?